the forbidden book that explains why your soul chose this exact life, hidden ancient wisdom. Before you opened your eyes in this life, before your first breath filled your lungs, a sacred decision had already been made. Long before you knew this world, before your body took form, your soul stood in a place far beyond time, a place where winds don't blow, where no sun rises or sets, where only pure, silent awareness exists. And there, in that stillness, your soul made a choice. The life you're living now wasn't assigned to you by chance. The people who've walked beside you, the pain that shaped you, the joys that lifted you, every single piece was chosen. Not by fate, not by luck, not by some distant force, but by you. At some point, you've probably asked yourself, why did this happen? Why did certain wounds cut so deep? Why do certain patterns keep repeating? Why do I carry longings I can't fully explain? But beneath those questions, beneath the ache, beneath the searching, there's a whisper. A whisper that says, this is not random, this is not chaos. This is the unfolding of a path you carefully designed with wisdom, courage, and immense love for your own evolution. There's nothing accidental about your existence. Every detail was chosen by your soul with exquisite precision. You chose your family. You chose these exact circumstances. You chose even the painful chapters that sometimes feel unbearable. And you chose them because your soul saw far more than your human eyes can see today. Your soul saw the opportunities hidden inside every experience, the chance to awaken, to remember, to heal what remains unfinished across lifetimes. This isn't said to dismiss your pain or to suggest that your hardships were easy. No, the path of remembrance is never easy, but it's sacred. You willingly stepped into this realm of forgetting, knowing that through forgetfulness you would rediscover yourself, and that rediscovery would carry real weight. It would carry true wisdom. Maybe you feel it now, that faint echo deep inside you. The sense that these words aren't teaching you something new, but instead stirring something ancient that you've always known. Somewhere in your deepest core, you've always sensed. You're not lost. You're not forgotten. You were never abandoned. This moment, right now as you sit here listening, was always meant to arrive. What you're about to hear isn't just information. It's not another theory. It's remembrance, a return. A calling from the depths of your own soul to finally see what's always been waiting inside you. This is the beginning of your remembering. This is the moment your soul always knew would come. The hidden calling of the soul, why you were born, exactly here and now. There's a knowing inside you that's always been there, a quiet hum beneath your thoughts, a subtle pull you felt for as long as you can remember. Even when life felt random, even when pain struck unexpectedly, something inside whispered, there's more. There's meaning behind all of this. Many live believing life is a roll of dice, that we're tossed around by chance, by fate, by forces outside our control. But ancient spiritual wisdom, now echoed by modern consciousness science, tells a different story. A story that doesn't trap you, but frees you. Before this lifetime, your soul entered what some call the chamber of choices. The Akashic Library, the eternal records, a place beyond time, where your higher consciousness reviewed your previous journeys, your incomplete lessons, and the opportunities that your next incarnation could bring. And there, your current life was designed. Your body, your family, your environment, even the hardships you would face. Every element placed with precision, not as punishment, but as opportunities for your soul to expand. Each experience you face carries a frequency, a kind of sacred curriculum designed to activate dormant parts of your consciousness. The pain you feel isn't your enemy. It's an invitation to reintegrate forgotten aspects of your being. The joy you experience is alignment, moments where your true vibration shines through. None of this was forced upon you. Your soul chose, your soul embraced. Your soul understood that temporary forgetting would create the space for true remembering. Because real wisdom only awakens when you rise out of the darkness by your own light. Today, science begins to glimpse what mystics have long whispered. Researchers like David Bohm and Nassim Haramein speak of a unified field of information, an intelligent ocean of quantum possibilities where past, present, and future are simply different perspectives. Within this infinite sea, your soul navigated and consciously selected the exact reality you now live. And if you're hearing these words right now, perhaps it's not coincidence. Perhaps it's your soul gently reminding you, you are not lost, you are not late, you are exactly where you chose to be. Your soul knew this moment would arrive the moment you would begin to remember. The pre-incarnational journey, the council of life choices. Long before your body took form, there was a gathering, a sacred meeting. In a place untouched by time, your soul sat in the presence of wise beings, guides, masters, loving intelligences who held space for you, not to judge, not to command, but to illuminate. Many spiritual traditions, from Tibetan mystics to modern esoteric records, describe this as the Council of Choices, a circle of pure wisdom where every step of your soul's journey is reviewed with clarity and love. They reveal what you've already integrated. They highlight the karmic patterns still active. They present the opportunities that the next lifetime could offer, and in that space, your soul chose, not under pressure, not by force, but in full alignment with your soul's readiness. You decided who your parents would be, who would walk alongside you as partners, teachers, challengers. You selected the central themes that would shape your human experience: abandonment, healing, forgiveness, self-love, service. Nothing was random. Even the most painful burdens were chosen with courage, knowing that through them, deep healing could unfold not only for you, but for entire family lines, ancestral wounds, and collective energies. This is why some challenges seem so disproportionate. Souls who've grown through many lifetimes often take on more complex contracts of transmutation that ripple far beyond personal healing. Regression researchers like Michael Newton and Dolores Cannon have documented countless stories that mirror these pre-birth journeys. People in expanded states of consciousness recall selecting difficult families, agreeing to karmic partnerships, and making soul agreements to serve humanity's awakening. And so, if you've ever felt like you don't belong, or wondered why certain pains feel too heavy, remember this: you did not come here to suffer. You came here to remember. Every challenge carries a hidden code, a key embedded in your life's design, keys that once activated unlock forgotten chambers within your soul. The illusion of suffering and the contract of healing. From the mind's limited view, suffering seems cruel, random, unfair, but your soul sees it differently. The soul watches from beyond time, where every wound carries a specific code of evolution. According to ancient texts like the Corpus Hermeticum and teachings from mystery schools, pain is not punishment. It is alchemical fire. It dissolves resistance. It burns away illusions. It exposes fragments of your being that remain trapped in old densities from this lifetime or others. Where it hurts is where something within you remains divided. Rejection reactivates memories of not belonging. Loss awakens the invitation to let go. Loneliness pushes you back toward your higher self. Every pain, though heavy, carries a sacred message, waiting to be seen with awakened eyes. And often, before birth, you made soul agreements with others. Silent contracts to trigger these very awakenings. You chose souls who would play the roles of challengers, even betrayers, not to destroy you, but to serve your evolution. How often have you wondered why those closest to you caused the deepest wounds? What if their absence was the space you needed to find your own fullness? What if the ones who hurt you loved you enough to take on difficult roles, knowing it would accelerate your liberation? Today, neuroscience begins to glimpse the same truth. Studies show that integrated trauma reshapes the brain. Neuroplasticity rewires your mind and your heart's electromagnetic field. Pain, when faced and transformed, becomes the very catalyst for expanded consciousness. That's why the most spiritually sensitive souls often carry the deepest wounds. It's not coincidence, it's preparation. The depth of your wound reflects the magnitude of your light. The greater the darkness you've walked through, the greater the brilliance waiting to emerge from within you. The pain was never here to break you. It was coded to awaken you, to pull you out of spiritual sleep, to bring you back to yourself. The choice of key people, mirror souls and guardians of the journey. No encounter is random. Every person you've met carries a fragment of your own story. Some arrive like gentle rain, others like fierce storms, but all, without exception, were placed with intention on your path. There are what we call mirror souls. These are the ones who reflect back to you exactly what you need to see within yourself. The one who triggers your insecurity, exposes where your self-worth still seeks healing. The one who ignites jealousy, reveals inner scarcity still lingering. The one who offers unconditional love shows the depth of love already alive inside you. They don't come to hurt, they come to reveal. Even the most uncomfortable interactions serve as mirrors, perfectly positioned to help your evolution. There are also the guardians of the journey. Souls who, by ancient agreement, offer you energetic support during your hardest moments. Teachers, partners, friends, even strangers. Sometimes a simple word, a kind presence, a silent embrace. Their presence whispers, without speaking, that your soul's path is protected. Many mystical traditions and regression experiences confirm these conscious agreements made before incarnation. You've crossed paths with these souls in other times, other dimensions. And now you meet again, playing new roles, awakening each other. Often the most difficult relationships carry the greatest transformative potential. Even those who betrayed, abandoned, or humiliated you may have been souls brave enough to take on these painful roles, not to destroy you, but to break your chains. The soul that hurt you may have loved you enough to help you set yourself free. Nothing is outside the greater plan. Every meeting, every separation, every reunion holds hidden purpose. And if you still wonder why some relationships felt so intense, so confusing, so unforgettable, remember, your soul carefully chose each player on the stage of your life. The quantum science confirms the field of infinite potential. For centuries, science and spirituality stood apart, but as human curiosity stretched into the unseen, they've begun to touch. And in that meeting, ancient truths rise again. Quantum physics reveals what mystics always whispered. Reality isn't solid, it isn't fixed, it isn't final. Reality is a vibrational dance of possibility, shaped by consciousness itself. What we call physical life emerges from infinite possibilities, collapsing into form through observation. David Bohm called it the implicate order. Nassim Haramein describes an intelligent vacuum of information. The Hindus called it Akasha. Different names, one truth. Consciousness shapes reality. Before you incarnated, your soul sailed through this quantum ocean. It saw multiple timelines. It examined family lineages, future events, challenges, and opportunities for service. Based on your soul's accumulated vibration, you collapse the exact reality you now inhabit. Your life isn't random, it is chosen. Understanding this dissolves victimhood. The belief in cruel fate begins to fade. There is no bad luck, no cosmic mistake. There is an infinite field of potential, and your soul is its navigator. Max Planck, father of quantum physics, said, "I regard consciousness as fundamental. Matter arises from consciousness. Consciousness writes the story. Consciousness breathes form into matter, and if your soul chose this life, you hold within you the power to transform it. This truth doesn't erase your pain, but it returns your power. If you chose it, you can realign it, you can heal it, you can awaken through it." D. Satya, the veiled memory, why you don't remember your choice. One of the most haunting questions for the awakening soul is this: if I chose this life, why don't I remember? Why do I feel like I've been searching for something I can't quite name? The forgetting isn't a flaw, it's part of the sacred design. Before entering physical life, your soul passed through what many call the veil of forgetting, the veil of Maya, the barrier of no time. This veil creates the illusion of separation. You forget your divine origin. You forget your soul agreements. You forget your own power. And within that forgetting lies the rarest opportunity, the honor of remembering. Had you arrived here with full memory, there would be no real free will, no real choice. True evolution happens when, even inside the illusion, even wrapped in doubt, you feel the quiet pull of your soul and choose to follow it. That pull comes gently, through intuition. Recurring dreams, uncanny synchronicities, encounters with teachings and people that stir something ancient inside you. These are threads pulling at the fabric of the veil. Accepting incarnation without full memory is an act of supreme spiritual bravery. Your soul trusted its own light, trusted that even in forgetting, you would find the trail home. As your frequency rises, fragments of memory return. Spontaneous past life memories, déjà vu, unstudied teachings feeling deeply familiar. These are signs. Your remembering has already begun. Forgetting was part of the plan. Remembering is the awakening. The forbidden book's hidden code, the blueprint of your evolution. Long before organized religions, long before the first cities were built, humanity whispered of hidden records, invisible books, cosmic tablets, sacred maps carrying each soul's journey. Egyptians called it the Book of the Dead. Hindus, the Akasha. Christian mystics, the Book of Life. Hermetic schools spoke of the 7 initiations of the soul, different names, one truth. While every soul walks its unique path, there's a universal spiral that guides our return to the light. First, the descent through the veil, the plunge into dense matter. Then, the forgetting, the conscious disconnection from the divine. The initiation of pain follows, early tests of vibration. Next comes the inner calling, the spark of spiritual seeking. Then the vibrational reconnection, alignment with your inner truth. This opens into expanded consciousness, the multidimensional perception of reality. Finally, the conscious return, walking through matter fully awake to your origin. This map is not linear. It spirals upward, layer upon layer, lifetime after lifetime. The forbidden book is not a physical text, it lives inside you. Your energetic field carries the code. Your dreams whisper its chapters. Your encounters bring its pages to life. For centuries, much of this wisdom was hidden, not out of malice, but protection. Only those ready for its weight can carry it. And when you're ready, fragments begin to appear in forgotten books, vivid dreams, repeating synchronicities, and even in moments like this. If these words resonate, it may be a sign that your next activation has already begun. You're not learning something new. You're remembering what you've always carried. The map was written within you long before you were born, and now, page by page, you are reading yourself back into remembrance. At sacred activation, the moment of inner remembering. Close your eyes. Allow your breath to find its own rhythm. There's no need to rush, only the silence around you and the ancient whisper of your soul. The truth was never far. It was never hidden from you. It has always lived at the center of your being, waiting for the moment you were ready to recognize it. Your soul chose this life, not as punishment, not as mistake, but as a sacred act of courage, a journey designed so that you could, little by little, remember who you have always been. As these words move through your field, you may feel that recognition. A quiet warmth in your chest, an ancient memory rising, still without clear shape, yet deeply familiar. This is not something new. It is a return, a reunion with what has always lived within you, long before your first breath. If something within you stirs, allow it to rise. Let your soul gently speak. I am ready to fully remember my sacred blueprint. Your remembering has already begun, and with every step, with every breath, you are drawing closer to yourself, returning, little by little, back home. If these words touched your heart, share in the comments what you felt. I want to know what resonated within you. If this content brought you clarity, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and continue your journey by watching the next recommended video. There, we will dive even deeper into these hidden teachings your soul has always known. Your journey of remembrance has only just begun.